am going to do my best to share a download that's been coming through this morning. I am recording this in the morning. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. And I really just wanted to come on and share some thoughts that have been coming through for a specific group that I feel will find and connect with this video. So I am speaking to a group of people who have been feeling a bit stagnant for a period of time in the physical. And the words I'm getting are holding container. So it's almost as though you were being spiritually kept in a holding container where for this period of time, whenever you would try to take action prematurely, there was some kind of backlash, mentally, physically, emotionally. The sense that I get is there was almost this boomerang effect where you would step forward and then somehow you would feel knocked back or pulled back in some kind of way. And for some reason, I'm seeing waves, like knocking someone over. It's almost like waves of emotion or intensity or negativity would wash over you or would come into your life and would pull you back. And I feel that for whoever I'm speaking to, this was very frustrating, but you also learned how to surrender into it, how to surrender into the not knowingness, so to speak, and to just let those waves wash over you and to stand firmly where you were, trusting that there was something deeper taking place beneath the surface that you were not yet able to see. And it was not always easy for you to trust this process. In fact, I am hearing that it has been very difficult because, again, I feel that in the physical, things have looked very stagnant for you, and there's been a lot of judgment, either from, at times, your own inner critic, your own self, like on a conscious human level, may have been judging yourself, like I should be progressing more, or I should be resolving whatever this is, or I should be further along by now. But then again, whenever you would try to step forward in a powerful way, you felt like you were being pulled back into this space, again, like this holding container, as though you were being held where you were for a reason, and it was for a reason. So maybe you manifested this video as some sign of confirmation, because what I am picking up on is it has all been for a reason. And when I call this a holding container, what I mean is you quite literally have been held here because this has been the optimal position for your growth at this time. And so what I'm getting is that while things may have looked very stagnant to your human, conscious, logical mind, or even to other people who may have been judging you as well, I'm getting that this judgment you experienced may have not just been internal. It could have been external people, forces, society generally judging you for looking like you were just stuck or stagnant or not growing fast enough. Like that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting for this collective. And yet it's almost like your more intuitive self, your soul knew on some level not to fight it. Your soul knew that if you were feeling that resistance when you were pressing forward, that maybe you were right where you needed to be, even if it didn't completely make sense. What I'm getting is that the reason you've been kept in this spiritual holding container for so long is that an inner transformation had to take place to support a massive level of growth that is now coming for you. And the reason that you've manifested this video is because you're now exiting the holding container and entering the growth phase. And this isn't just going to be small amounts of growth. This is going to be massive growth. I kept picking up on the words like explosive growth, growth that happens so quickly. You're going to actually be grateful that you had this time to rest and to recalibrate and to, well, we're going to get into it more, but essentially what's been happening during this time is your capacity has been expanding to hold even more success, happiness, love, peace, abundance, whatever this is for you. And so there's been this internal opening up that's been happening within you where you have been expanded to be able to hold levels of all of those things like most people would never access or experience in a single physical lifetime. And I'm getting that on some level you called these things in because you requested something of the universe. There was some point in time in the past, maybe in your childhood, maybe more recently, but there was some point in time where you directly requested from God, from the universe, from your higher self, whatever spiritual forces you connect with, you requested to manifest something in your life. Maybe it was specific, like, I want to do this with my life, or I want to have this level of success or abundance, or whatever it was. For others of you, I'm getting it was more general. You may have just kind of thrown your heart into the void, although it wasn't really a void, into the ether, we should say. And you said, like, I want my life to really have some kind of an impact in this world. I want to do something with my creativity, with my voice, with my life, with this energy that I feel inside of me. And I want to be supported in doing that. In essence, regardless of whether what you requested was specific or general, I feel like that was the core essence of it. And the universe heard your request, but the answer has been, okay, we are going to keep you in this holding container to prepare you for everything that you've asked for. And so that's what's been happening. For some of you, you may have literally in this period of time been creating, constructing, or building new systems that support you in a different kind of way, or attracting in new support or new systems that allow you now to grow and to expand in an unlimited kind of fashion. But regardless, I just feel that there's been this period of time that from a conscious perspective has felt like stagnancy, but truly the word preparation has been coming through. This has been a preparation for you, and now you're ready. Now you're shifting from this phase that has looked pretty stagnant, but through which you've been prepared, into this phase where you are going to be experiencing momentous growth like you've never seen before. You are going to be stunning the people who are onlookers, who are witnesses to this growth, who see these transformations that are going to be taking place so visibly in your life, because the external transformations are now going to reflect the internal transformation here that has completed itself. Now, that's not to say it's ever fully complete. Of course, we are constantly in process when it comes to our transformations, but I do feel as though one phase, a very big phase of your transformation that may have for some of you gone on maybe several months, maybe even several years, but I feel like this phase has completed itself and you've been feeling this shift, because what I'm getting is one way you will know that this reading is for you is you've been feeling like a change in the air, kind of like how you can viscerally sense the seasonal shifts. Like even if the weather day to day looks similar, you know, when you can just feel that the seasons are shifting, it's like your soul can feel it. I'm getting that that's what's happening in your spiritual journey. You are sensing the seasonal shift. You're feeling it viscerally, that something is changing, that some kind of fire is being lit. And this fire is inspiring or motivating you to push out into action in a different kind of way, or maybe even in the same ways that you did in the past, but with a totally different kind of energy behind those actions. And what I'm getting is that part of why you've aligned with this video is to deliver a specific message, because as you've been feeling this fire returning to you, this genuine, organic inspiration to take action or to step forward in some kind of way, you are going to notice that doubts and fears and moments of hesitation arise because you've been in this holding container for so long. because you've been in this place for months or years where whenever you would push forward into action, you would feel knocked down or you would feel pulled back. But I'm hearing now you're in alignment, meaning now this phase has completed itself energetically. And the reason you're being inspired to push forward into certain actions, whether it's putting yourself out there in some way, creating in a certain way, sharing your voice, your work, starting a business, connecting with new people, opening yourself up to the world or to others, whatever you've been feeling inspired towards, I'm getting that those inspired actions are actually speaking to a pre-paved pathway that is opening up for you, meaning the universe has paved this pathway ahead of you to make it smooth and easy and harmonious and peaceful and effortless and also very successful. And you're being inspired forward on that pre-paved pathway, on your divine path, through those moments of feeling like a fire has been lit within you, feeling inspired towards something. So what I'm getting is the message that it's very important to allow yourself to flow forward with that, resisting the urge to overthink it, not allowing those doubts and fears, which are really just echoes of that phase where you weren't meant to be pushing forward into that action, where you were meant to be resting and in the holding container and allowing the inner transformation. That was a totally different phase where, yes, if you would try to move forward into action or push into it, it would feel like it would backfire. But you are in a totally different energy now where you are, I'm just hearing you're leveraging a completely different kind of energy when it comes to the actions that you're being inspired to. So when you follow those feelings of inspiration and push forward into action, you are going to be seeing momentous results, even if, and this seems to be a key, even if some of those actions are the same physical actions that felt like they were not working or backfiring in the past. I'm hearing it wasn't the wrong action, it was the wrong time, meaning like a transformation was still taking place within you. So you were being blocked from fully pushing forward in that way. But now those restrictions have been released in essence. You've been expanded. Your field can now hold an unlimited amount of growth and success and abundance and all of those things that you're desiring because you allowed that inner transformation to complete itself. So I'm hearing that this is going to be a radical phase of growth for you. And if you have been feeling stagnant, know that those feelings will not last for long anymore, because as you keep following out these feelings of inspiration, things are going to shift and change and grow very quickly for you. I am getting another message within this that it's very essential to have something daily that grounds you or clears your energy. Now, for me personally, I have my morning routines in the morning, but I know that it can be different from person to person. I'm just strongly feeling like I'm hearing there's an anchor for you that's very important to prioritize. It's going to be different from one person to the next, but there's something that you do that clears your energy, that aligns you, that maybe gets energy moving in some kind of way for you in a positive direction. I'm hearing that opens the valve, energetically speaking. And if this part of the message is for you, then you already know what I'm referring to you personally. It's probably very unique to you. And I'm just getting a message about how it's very important to prioritize those things. And I'm hearing something especially about the energy cleansing and clearing, because there's something about how your level of magnetism right now is attracting in so much attention, so many eyes on you, whether it's literal or whether it's more so in the quantum realm, meaning in the quantum realm, we are all connected. Our whole planetary collective consciousness is interconnected in the quantum. And so what I'm getting is that for some of you, it's like you are becoming more well-known in the quantum realm. Like you're building this kind of like momentum or energy that people are sensing and connecting with unconsciously in the quantum realm. And even if they aren't consciously seeing you or consciously connecting with you or consuming your creations or whatever the case is, they're still sensing you in the quantum and have an awareness of you unconsciously. And that can also affect your aura, your energy. So finding ways that work for you to clear your own energy will be so essential for you at this time. There's just so much that I want to say on this subject. We haven't even pulled a card yet. I do want to pull some cards here as well. I also picked up this imagery of a diamond with so many different faces on it, and the message that came through, and I've channeled this before, but it came through in such a powerful way today, is the more faces of the diamond, the brighter that it shines. And in your case, I feel you are so multifaceted, and I feel that lately you've been leaning into your multifaceted nature. You've been expressing more of those faces of yourself, so to speak, like the diamond faces. And you may be wondering, like, is it okay for me to jump and shift between these different aspects and expressions of myself? But it feels like so right for you in this phase. And in fact, I feel whenever you've tried to become more singular or to focus with more singular intention on just expressing one face or one aspect of yourself, you may find that you start to feel a resistance because you aren't meant to be so singularly focused at this point in time. I feel as though you're shifting into this phase where you're meant to reveal and to show and to express all aspects of your soul. And it's interesting because I'm picking up some kind of message around, it's like I'm thinking about how a lot of celebrities are known for one thing that they do, and often they speak on how they get to feeling like they are sort of boxed into that one thing, like that one role that they play, that one character, that one, like even an actor, for example, may also be a musician or an artist or they may have other aspects of themselves that they want to express, but often they become so known and boxed in for one thing. And it can be difficult to branch out and to like redefine themselves or to exude and to share more aspects of their deeper nature. And I feel that you are coming to show, like, the words coming to mind are like a new kind of celebrity or like a new era of creation and being known for your creations. I really feel like I'm speaking to a rare collective that is, I mean, I have to say, for some of you, I feel like your guides are almost cautious with how much they reveal to you too soon, because if you were to know like how well known or how big you're going to be, or how big your life is going to be, or your creations. I'm getting so many chills as I'm channeling into this. I might just be speaking to a specific rare group here, but I feel like if you knew those things, you might almost sort of be a little cautious, because it's like, whoa, that is so huge. Like, am I ready for that? Right? So I feel like you're being led one step at a time down this pathway, but just know that this is massive. Like, this pathway that you are upon is leading you places where you are going to have some kind of a global impact. And I feel like it's going to be really big. And I'm hearing you're going to outshine even your wildest imagination. That's what I'm picking up on here. And it's funny because one thing that I journaled, and I may even put this in the title of the video because I really just love this saying. I've seen this out and about before, but the saying is, spoiler alert, everything works out in the end. And so I feel that I'm speaking to a collective that has been wondering, like, where is this convoluted journey going? Is this going to work out? And I felt this imagery coming through of like your future version of yourself. Maybe you've even had a visualization or a daydream or something, like an interaction energetically with the future version of you. Because I got this image of the future version of you, like giving you a hug and telling you everything works out in the end. Everything works out for us. Like, we did it. And I felt these tears coming to my eyes as I imagined that, because I really feel as though there is this like thread of energy connecting your past, present, and future versions of self that you're probably feeling very strongly right now. You may be feeling a stronger connection right now to like your inner child, your past self, but also this future version of yourself that you're feeling and sensing coming into form. And by the way, that is one major sign that you are aligned with your highest vibrational pathway, with a pathway that carries a very high frequency. I mean, we have many different pathways and timelines that we can align with consciously as free will human beings that carry different frequencies. But once you start really feeling that connection, like this sense of like, wow, my inner child would be so proud of present me. And this also sense of, wow, I feel like I can almost feel this future version of myself connecting with present me and like guiding me or encouraging me or like giving me these glimpses into what is going to happen for us. When you start feeling that really strong connection to you, like all versions of you, past, present, and future, that is a major sign that you've consciously aligned yourself with a very high vibrational pathway because you're feeling into that common thread of energy that is essentially connecting past, present, and future you. And this is reminding me that I am going to, I before mentioned the idea of doing this, but I'm going to create this today because it feels ripe in the energy. And so just for this video, I am going to be creating a subliminal that connects with this subject. So it's going to be related to connecting the past, present, and future versions of you. And so essentially, I am going to create it so that it helps you to heal your past version of self, your inner child, to release any traumas that you may be storing or energetic blockages you could be storing from the past, while also helping you to consciously align with your highest vibrational pathway in the present, and then also to connect with your most fulfilled, most successful, most loved, most abundant, soul-led version of self into the future. So essentially, this subliminal is going to be connecting in the quantum your past, present, and future versions of self through the subconscious mind to really help you to bring all of your power and energy and your highest version of self into the present moment now. And I feel like this is going to be so powerful. So by the time I post this video, I will have that subliminal created, and I put all of my subliminals that I do create into my app. So the name of the app is Sound and Soulful, and you can find it by searching in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, just depending on which device you're using. But I also will leave a link to it directly in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video as well. So thank you, by the way, for inspiring that new subliminal creation. I'm getting some chills just thinking about this. I feel like it's going to be such a powerful one, and I am excited to use it personally myself as well. I feel like this is going to really assist and support our collective here, especially you, whoever you are connecting with this specific video. I feel like it's going to help us to feel supported through this. Really, it's a shift, a transitional period from this holding phase where we were being internally expanded and this inner transformation was taking place, a shift from that into this phase of rapid, breathtaking expansion. I mean, what I keep getting from that expansion phase is like, it's going to be happening so quickly. It's literally going to like take your breath away in the best way. You're just going to be saying like, wow, to yourself over and over again. That's what I keep getting from that growth phase. And if this video has connected for you, like I've been saying, I really feel like you're already there. You're here. And that's why you found this, whether you're finding it right when I post it or finding it even like months or years down the road. This definitely feels like one of those videos that is very timeless. So I'm going to close things here. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. I am wishing you an amazing week, and I'll connect with you again in the next video.